The concert hall buzzed with excitement as fans milled about, each person eager for the show to begin. Rows of brightly lit faces lit up the room, and the sweet scent of popcorn wafted through the air. The stage glowed under sparkling lights, setting the perfect scene for an Elvis performance. As the band struck up the opening notes, the crowd erupted into applause, cheers echoing like a wave throughout the venue. Elvis, in his signature style, stepped onto the stage with charisma that captivated everyone. The moment he began to sing, his smooth voice wrapped around the audience like a warm blanket. Fans swayed gently to the rhythm, many lost in their own memories of love and longing. Couples leaned closer together, whispering sweet nothings while others hummed along in delight. The atmosphere was electric, filled with joy and hints of romance. It felt like magic lingered in every corner. Amidst this enchanting ambience, Ray and Darlene Brooks found themselves at odds. Their marriage had weathered many storms, but tonight felt different. Surrounded by blissful couples, their frustration bubbled to the surface. As Elvis poured his heart into a ballad about love, Ray's voice broke through the melody, drowning out the sweet notes and drawing curious glances from nearby fans. In that moment, what started as an evening of music turned into something unexpected. The crowd felt a shift as tension built in contrast to the love song filling the room, and everyone braced for what would happen next. As the music filled the air, all eyes began to drift toward Ray and Darlene Brooks, a married couple in their early 50s, sitting near the front. They stood out not just for their argument, but also for their contrasting appearances. Ray wore a brown plaid blazer that seemed a bit worn at the edges, reflecting his laid-back personality. His hair was slightly tousled, giving him an easygoing charm, while his brow creased in frustration as he faced his wife. Darlene, on the other hand, radiated vibrant energy in her striking red dress that hugged her figure perfectly. A matching red scarf fluttered around her neck, lending an air of elegance that sharply contrasted with Ray's more relaxed style. Her dark hair was pulled back neatly, framing a face that was both lovely and expressive. In that moment, however, her expression reflected irritation rather than joy, as she gestured animatedly while trying to make her point. The couple had been together long enough to know each other's buttons well, and tonight seemed to expose some of those old triggers. With every passionate note from Elvis's ballad, their disagreement grew louder, creating a jarring contrast to the romantic atmosphere surrounding them. Fellow concertgoers exchanged bewildered glances, sensing both the tension and the undeniable chemistry that had once brought Ray and Darlene together. As their voices rose above the soothing melody, it became clear that this evening would not go as they or anyone else had anticipated. As the soft strains of Elvis's ballad filled the concert hall, Ray and Darlene's argument escalated, cutting through the melody like a sharp discord. It began with a hushed exchange, but soon Ray's voice rose above the music as he exclaimed, "You never listened to me, Darlene!" His frustration echoed in the stillness of the room, pulling the attention of nearby fans who instinctively turned their heads. Darlene shot back, her tone equally loud and piercing. "And you always think you know best. I'm tired of it." Her words dripped with irritation, contrasting sharply with the sweet love song that Elvis was pouring his heart into. The juxtaposition was jarring. The smooth, romantic lyrics filled with longing clashed against their heated voices. Fans around them shifted uncomfortably in their seats, exchanging worried glances while some attempted to focus on Elvis's performance. The atmosphere that had been electric with romance now crackled with tension. Couples who had been lost in each other's eyes turned to watch Ray and Darlene in disbelief, unsure whether to feel sympathetic or alarmed by the disruption unfolding before them. In that moment, it seemed like nothing else mattered except for Ray and Darlene's conflict, drowning out Elvis's poignant verses. As they continued to argue passionately, gestures animated and voices raised, the crowd collectively held its breath, wondering how this scene would unfold amidst an evening meant for love and music. As Ray and Darlene's argument continued to clash with Elvis's music, the concertgoers reacted in a variety of ways. Some fans visibly frowned, their enjoyment of the performance dissipating as the couple's voices filled the hall. A middle-aged man in a crisp white shirt shook his head, muttering under his breath, "Can you believe this?" His annoyance was palpable, and he turned back toward the stage, trying to drown out the chaos. In contrast, a group of younger fans nearby seemed more curious than irritated. They leaned forward, whispering to each other while shooting glances at Ray and Darlene as if watching a live drama unfold. One young woman even pulled out her phone, capturing the moment for social media, unable to resist sharing this unexpected twist to their night. Amidst the shifting emotions, several individuals lost patience altogether. An older couple seated just behind Ray and Darlene exchanged exasperated looks before one of them leaned forward to shush them gently. "Please! Can you keep it down? We're trying to enjoy the music." This plea momentarily silenced the couple but only fueled their fire, as they resumed arguing with renewed intensity. Yet, not everyone was distracted by the discord. A few concertgoers attempted to refocus their attention on Elvis, who continued singing in a soulful tone. However, the tension in the air was thick. It became clear that no one would soon forget this night where music and conflict collided in such an unexpected way. As Ray and Darlene's argument reached a fever pitch, Elvis caught sight of the commotion from the stage, momentarily breaking his rhythm. His charming smile faltered as he raised an eyebrow, surprised to see such a ruckus during his tender ballad. With a quick glance at his band, he signaled for them to pause, allowing the hall to fall into an anticipatory hush. Hey now!" Elvis called out with his signature warmth, his voice cutting through the tension like a gentle breeze. "Let's keep it down a bit, folks!" He leaned slightly towards the edge of the stage, charisma radiating from him as he addressed Ray and Darlene directly. "I know love can sometimes make us feel fiery, but I think this song is meant for a little bit more harmony." The crowd shifted in their seats, all ears on Elvis, who maintained his charm despite the unexpected interruption. He flashed a reassuring smile that seemed to say everything would be okay. "Remember why we're all here tonight," he added, his tone gentle yet firm. "This is about love and connection." Ray and Darlene froze momentarily, their argument stifling under the weight of Elvis's words. The audience watched, captivated by the star's ability to diffuse tension with such grace. It was a reminder that amidst conflicts and disagreements, the spirit of love and shared moments held greater power. The room remained still, anticipation hanging in the air as everyone processed what had just unfolded, all eyes now on Elvis and the couple who had momentarily stolen the show. With the atmosphere thick with anticipation, Elvis stood at the edge of the stage, his eyes steady and compassionate as he looked at Ray and Darlene. "Now listen, folks," he began, his voice soothing yet resonant, cutting through the remaining chaos. The crowd hung on his every word, captivated by the star's ability to command attention even amid such discord. "This is a night for love," he continued, gesturing around him to encompass everyone present. "We're here to celebrate connections, to share memories that bring us joy." His tone was gentle but firm, urging both Ray and Darlene to refocus on the very reason they had come out that night, to bask in the warmth of togetherness and music. "Sometimes," Elvis added with a smile that radiated sincerity, "we forget what brought us here in the first place. It's easy to let our emotions get the best of us." He looked directly into their eyes, softening his expression. "But let's remember, love isn't about being right or wrong, it's about being there for each other." As he spoke, a hush fell over the audience who collectively felt a shift in energy. The tension that once gripped them began to melt away like snow under the sun. Everyone nodded almost imperceptibly as they absorbed his message. It was as if he had cast a spell over the room, reminding them of deeper truths buried beneath everyday conflicts. Elvis stepped back into his performance seamlessly after sharing those heartfelt words, allowing love and harmony to flow freely once more. In that moment, everyone realized what truly mattered. The music echoed fresh with meaning as they embraced the spirit of togetherness Elvis had reignited within them. As Elvis's soothing voice faded into the heartfelt silence, a wave of realization washed over the audience. Faces that had been tense moments ago softened, and many began to reflect deeply on his words. The reminder of love's significance resonated with everyone present, stirring emotions that had long been tucked away. A middle-aged woman in the front row wiped away a tear as she thought of her own marriage, recalling moments of both joy and struggle. Nearby, a young couple exchanged a glance filled with understanding. They squeezed each other's hands tighter, recognizing the importance of staying connected through life's ups and downs. Even Ray and Darlene, momentarily lost in the crowd's response, paused their argument, glancing around as if awakening from a dream. The warmth of affection that had filled the venue before their disruption now returned, creating a palpable sense of unity among all who were there. Some fans closed their eyes, allowing memories of past relationships, the laughter, the arguments, the reconciliations, to swirl in their minds like music notes in the air. A few people even leaned into one another for comfort, feeling the collective heartbeat of shared experiences pulsing through the room. As anticipation hung thick in the silence, it became clear that Elvis had not just redirected their attention, he had tapped into something profound within them all. This concert was no longer just about music, it had transformed into a moment of introspection and connection, where everyone present could feel the power of love enveloping them like a warm embrace. In the soft glow of the stage lights, Ray and Darlene exchanged a hesitant glance as Elvis's words washed over them like a warm tide. The argument that had felt so consuming just moments before began to fade into the background. They both stood there, caught in the truth of what Elvis had said, "Love is far more important than any disagreement." Darlene's expression softened, and she looked at Ray with new clarity. Her eyes sparkled with unshed tears, and she could see the weariness etched on his face. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice barely audible above the lingering echoes of Elvis's melody. "I didn't mean to let it go this far." Ray felt a wave of relief wash over him, realizing how trivial their conflict had been in the grand scheme of life. He reached out to take Darlene's hand, intertwining their fingers with a tenderness that spoke volumes. "I'm sorry too," he replied, his voice steady yet vulnerable. "We've been through so much. We shouldn't let little things drive us apart." As they stood there holding hands, a sense of peace enveloped them. The surrounding crowd faded into a blur as they focused on each other. It was as if Elvis's reminder had unlocked something within them, a shared understanding that reaffirmed their commitment to one another. Around them, concertgoers observed this moment of reconciliation with smiles, witnessing the magic of love triumphing over conflict. Ray and Darlene's renewed connection echoed through the venue, serving as a poignant reminder for everyone that love should always prevail, bringing warmth back into their hearts amidst the music's embrace. As Ray and Darlene stood side by side, still holding hands, the tension that had once filled the air began to dissipate. They exchanged knowing glances, their hearts swelling with a mix of relief and gratitude. With the echo of Elvis's words still reverberating in their minds, they knew it was time to put their differences aside. "I should have listened to you more," Ray admitted, his voice steady but soft. "It's easy to get caught up in the little things and forget what really matters." Darlene nodded, tears shimmering in her eyes as she replied, "And I shouldn't have let my frustration get the best of me. I love you, and that's what should always come first." Around them, concertgoers watched with interest as this moment of reconciliation unfolded. A few people near the front wiped away tears, others smiled in appreciation of the couple's heartfelt exchange. They could feel an air of hope rising in the venue, transforming what had been a scene of conflict into one of unity and understanding. As Ray pulled Darlene closer, they both shared a laugh, something light-hearted to break the weight of their earlier argument. The audience responded with warm applause, and a few shouted words of encouragement. The sight of this couple reconciling amid Elvis's music felt like a beautiful reminder for everyone present that love could triumph over discord. With renewed affection evident in their expressions, Ray and Darlene swayed together to the music that had once been interrupted. Their embrace radiated warmth, reflecting not just their own healing but also inspiring hope among all those who witnessed it, a testament to the power of love in overcoming life's challenges. With the atmosphere renewed and hearts lighter, Elvis took a step back from the edge of the stage, flashing a confident smile as he prepared to resume his song. The crowd felt an electric charge in the air, their spirits lifted by the heartfelt moment they had just witnessed between Ray and Darlene. It was as if the entire venue was holding its breath, waiting for the magic of music to return. As the first notes of the melody filled the hall once again, Elvis infused his performance with a deeper passion, pouring every ounce of emotion into his voice. The lyrics resonated with a newfound intensity, each word echoing the themes of love and connection that had just unfolded before them. Slowly but surely, the audience began to sway in rhythm, caught up in the warmth of the moment. People instinctively joined in, their voices harmonizing beautifully with Elvis's rich tones. The collective sound grew louder, creating a wave of unity that swept through the concert hall. Couples leaned into each other, friends linked arms, and even strangers shared smiles as they sang along, celebrating not only the music but also the spirit of togetherness that had been reignited. Elvis glanced around, visibly pleased at how everyone had come together in this shared experience. His heart swelled with pride as he sang about love, an anthem for all those present. The venue was filled with laughter and joy once more, making it clear that music had triumphed over conflict. In that moment, it felt as if every note played was a reminder of what truly mattered: love, connection, and the beauty of being together. As the final notes of Elvis's song echoed throughout the hall, a sense of contentment settled over the audience. People began to reflect on what they had just witnessed, a remarkable blend of music and light that transcended the concert itself. The powerful reminder of love and connection stirred thoughts about their own relationships, prompting many to think about forgiveness and the importance of family. In one corner of the hall, a woman wiped away tears, feeling moved by Ray and Darlene's reconciliation. "It's all too easy to forget what matters," she murmured to her friend, who nodded in agreement. They exchanged glances filled with understanding. They had their own petty disagreements that seemed trivial now compared to the harmony surrounding them. Near the back, a young couple leaned into each other as they shared their own aspirations for a future filled with love and support. "This is how we should be," one said softly, emphasizing how crucial it was to cherish one another even during difficult times. Their voices blended with others around them, sharing a collective appreciation for the evening's unexpected twist. In that moment, the concert became more than just a performance. It transformed into a living reminder of what it means to care for one another deeply. Laughter erupted periodically as audience members recounted stories among friends or family, moments where forgiveness turned tension into understanding. As they made their way out of the concert hall, smiles adorned faces much brighter than before, everyone feeling renewed by the experience. It was clear that Elvis had not only entertained them but also inspired introspection about love, family ties, and embracing each other through life's ups and downs. As the concert came to a close, the magic of the evening lingered in the air, wrapping around each person like a warm embrace. The collective experience had underscored a powerful truth: music has an extraordinary ability to unite us, transcending our differences and reminding us of what truly matters in life. Elvis's heartfelt songs didn't just fill the hall with melodies. They stoked connections that existed beyond the music, weaving together stories of love, family, and forgiveness. For many in the audience, this concert became more than just a night out. It served as a poignant reminder to reflect on their own lives and relationships. It urged them to communicate openly and cherish their loved ones, regardless of life's difficulties. People left with smiles painted across their faces, feeling inspired by the warmth and connection shared among strangers who had come together for one night. Conversations buzzed as attendees recounted moments of reconciliation or tenderness that echoed their own lives. Laughter blended with melodies still humming in their hearts. As Ray and Darlene walked hand in hand toward the exit, they exchanged glances filled with gratitude, for each other, for love, and for that unforgettable night. In those moments of joy and reflection, everyone realized that love is not a destination, but a journey enriched by shared experiences. Ultimately, this concert illustrated the enduring power of music to not only entertain but to heal and restore hope in our lives. As they left the venue behind, audience members carried with them an invigorated sense of purpose, to nurture love and connection with every step forward.